Thoroughbred Action is presented by Hardacre Farm.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to this Thursday edition of Thoroughbred Action. Jason Blewett joining you from our Gulfstream studios here at beautiful Gulfstream Park West. We have got a lot of ground to cover, bringing you 9 races on the broadcast, so let's head on up. We'll get track conditions and weather.
All right, a beautiful day here in South Florida. In fact, partly sunny skies, and you just could not have asked for a nicer day into the weather department. We are fast and firm at Gulfstream Park West, starting this Thursday, November 2nd program. The first of 9, in fact, 5/8 on the turf course. These are 2-year-old starter optional claimer runners. We go with a field of 7, and the big man, Pete Aiello, is standing by with the call.
Racing at Gulfstream West. The filly Roses in the South beats him out and leads 3 parts early from Catano away in second. Lithium Z is out of there third. Rogue Patriot on the outside fourth. It's a length and a half back to the team of His Name is Sue and Salsa Lane, and left behind last is Mr. GT. Less than half a mile to go as they swing to the far turn, and up front, Roses in the South leads a length and a quarter. Catano is second. Lithium Z in tight while third from Rogue Patriot in fourth, and back to Salsa Lane fifth around His Name is Sue, and 5 to Mr. GT. Around the far turn they go. Roses in the South and Alvaro Doniz give them something to think about at the quarter pole. They lead by 2. Catano is second. Rogue Patriot and Lithium Z are next, followed by Salsa Lane as Roses in the South cuts the corner and tries to run on. Roses in the South with 1/8 of a mile to go leads by 3.5. Time ticking away for everybody else. In fact, time has run out. Roses in the South brings her A game to the table, and she beats the boys, and she does it in gate-to-wire fashion. Roses in the South in front. It's going to be Salsa Lane getting up for second ahead of Rogue Patriot third, tight for fourth.
And the 4 Roses in the South. She was the filly against the boys, and she absolutely eviscerated this field. Alvaro Donis, the 7-pound apprentice, up for trainer Larry Bates on this 2-year-old filly against the boys by City Place. Let's move on to race number 2. Again, a fast main track as we move on to the dirt with this 3-and-up filly mare maiden claimer. Claiming tags are $10,000.
And they're off. From the inside, Grace B put on the lead early by Luis Castillo. St. Teresa way well, so was Kabuki, and so was Planet Rock. These 4, the top 4s, they charge to the first turn. Uno Cita saves ground while second last, and the early trailer is Bourbon Trace. Around the first turn they go, chasing the speed of Grace B, who leads at 1.5 lengths. Planet Rock is second. On the outside, St. Teresa in the black colors, third, while 3 wide for Montalvo. At the inside is the gray Uno Cita, then Kabuki, who's now shuffled to second last, but she's not far behind, no more than 3.5 lengths off the leader, and the trailer is still Bourbon Trace. Down the backstretch they go. There's less than 5 furlongs to run on the race, and Grace B has the lead, 3 parts of length. Planet Rock on the outside is second. St. Teresa's third. At the rail fourth is Uno Cita, 2 lengths off the lead for May Rivas. Racing 3 wide is Kabuki, and Bourbon Trace is a bit closer now with less than half a mile to go. They swing to the far turn now, and under siege is Grace B by Planet Rock, but Kabuki moves on the outside, and Kabuki now up to challenge for Planet Rock's lead at the 3 furlong point. These 2 have moved 2 ahead of Grace B, who's set down driving third. Then to the outside and fourth is St. Teresa ahead of Bourbon Trace, and dropping to last is Uno Cita as there's less than 5/16 to go. Planet Rock on the inside fights on with Kabuki, 2.5 clear of St. Teresa, who's under a whip ride third. Grace B is backpedaled with Bourbon Trace, and they're at the top of the stretch. Planet Rock cuts the corner and maintains control. Planet Rock leads at 1.25 lengths. Down the outside in St. Teresa, from between horses, Kabuki with 1/8 of a mile left. Up top, Planet Rock is widened to a 2-length lead now. Kabuki is second, will try to re-rally in the concluding stages with Planet Rock in front. Kabuki is second and trying hard, but trying hard to only finish second to Planet Rock, who wins by a length. Second Kabuki, third Bourbon Trace, fourth was St. Teresa.
And she had to work hard, but congratulations to the connections and, of course, to the horse herself, the number 4 Planet Rock. I had joked earlier on the Gulfstream Park West feed that a 6-year-old maiden never looked as good as she did, and she dug in gamely to get the victory. In fact, apprentice riders sweeping the early double as Nicky Figueroa was up. And I'll tell you, Juan Andres Rodriguez, the trainer, 6 wins at this meet and counting. His horses are running really, really well. And with the early double in the books, we'll take a little time out. We're back with the Rainbow Six and a lot more from GPW after this.
The Pegasus World Cup Invitational is January 27th at Gulfstream Park, and that weekend we have something new, the Pegasus World Cup Betting Championship. I'm lucky to be joined enough by two guys who will be playing in this tournament, including
Ray Arsenault, defending NEC champion.
And
Hi, Acacia. I'm Ross Gallo. I'm a 13-time NHC qualifier and also a member of the NTRA Players Committee.
we're so excited for it. Join us here at Gulfstream Park. $500,000 expected pool, no entry fee if played on site. This is for the players.
And that's a hearty Thoroughbred Action. Welcome back as we get on to race number 3 on the November 2nd card. Going a mile on the turf. These are 3 and up claimers. Claiming prices are $12,500. And we did have a claim. In fact, a reclaim. The number 7 Modern Tale was picked up by Elizabeth Dobles.
They're up. Moving up between horses to take the lead is Too Cool For You. Up on the outside, Modern Tale has some speed. Sound Values gets a good tracking spot early. He's third, while in the 2-path. From fourth and taken in hand is Thunder and Willie. Then to the outside in Bingo, Bango, Bongo, followed by Zippy, Zappy. Regal Force is second last, and the trailer is Unspoken Quality. They charge to that first turn, and up top, it's the comebacker, Too Cool For You, with the advantage. On the outside in Modern Tale, second, Sound Values is third. Bingo, Bango, Bongo in the 2-path, racing from fourth, ahead of the team of Thunder and Willie with Zippy Zappy on his outside. Then it's back to the inside in Regal Force, who's on hold while second last in the lime colors, and he's 3 lengths better than Unspoken Quality, who trails the field of 8 as they head down the backstretch. They go to the half-mile pole, and Too Cool For You has the lead a half a length, hounded by Modern Tale on the outside second. Sound Values is together with the veteran Bingo, Bango, Bongo. They're third and fourth. Back on the inside and now fifth is Zippy Zappy, racing ahead of Thunder and Willie and Regal Force, and 3 to Unspoken Quality. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Too Cool For You has the lead. Turning up the pressure again is Modern Tale second. Bingo, Bango, Bongo is third. Sound Values needs a way through. He's fourth. Zippy Zappy is now fifth ahead of Regal Force, and they move with less than a quarter of a mile to go. Modern Tale to put ahead in front. Too Cool For You second. Sound Values working into the clear with Bingo, Bango, Bongo, keeping him pinned in with an eighth of a mile left. Here's the veteran Bingo. Bango, Bongo charging at the leader Modern Tale. Modern Tale a length and a half. Bingo, Bango, Bongo's up into second. Then Sound Values and Regal Force. Modern Tale's almost there. Modern Tale and Jose Bautista by a length and a half. Bingo, Bango, Bongo second. Sound Values was third. Regal Force finished fourth.
Love the ride from Jose Bautista on the 7 Modern Tale. Sensing a lack of pace on paper, he put this 5-year-old gelding in the game early, tracked the pace outside, and kicked clear over the venerable 9-year-old Bingo, Bango, Bongo. Modern Tale scoring with a good ride from Jose Bautista. Bobby DeBona off the claim. Modern Tale reclaimed once again out of this one by Elizabeth Dobles. Let's move on to race number 4, opening leg of the Rainbow 6, and there's no carryover. The Rainbow taken down yesterday by somebody for $23,000 plus. Anyway, the sequence begins anew with this 3 and up Philly-A-Mare claimer on the dirt. Claiming prices are $6,250.
And they're off. From the outside, Mighty Minnie was away well, sent between horses. Leopard's Hill Road wants part of the early action with Flying Girl away at joint third. Uruguayan Princess is parked on her outside and lands fourth. The Abar PR horses are last of all, led by Cindy's Candy ahead of Steph Got Even, who's sixth and last as Mighty Minnie throttles open under Camacho and bumps the margin to 4 lengths. Mighty Minnie, aggressively handled in the early stages of the contest, has now bumped it to a 5-length lead. Leopard's Hill Road is second, Uruguayan Princess is third. Ridden quietly fourth is Flying Girl, 3 lengths ahead of Cindy's Candy, and Steph Got Even. Down the backstretch they go, 5 furlongs left to run. They complete a quarter in 24 and 3. And loose up top, it's Mighty Minnie by 3 lengths. Up into second is Leopard's Hill Road. Uruguayan Princess progressing nicely third. At the inside, Flying Girl fourth, as the leader may be trying to catch a breather at the half-mile pole. Racing from fifth is the gray Steph Got Even, and Cindy's Candy is last of all as they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Mighty Minnie leads at a length and a half. Leopard's Hill Road is second. Uruguayan Princess on the outside. Here's Flying Girl down toward the inside. She moves up 2 spots, and she's into a second now. Running on from the back, Cindy's Candy and Steph Got Even with less than 5/16 to go. Up front at the quarter pole, it's still Mighty Minnie with a narrow lead. Flying Girl issues the challenge on the outside second. Cindy's Candy looks to thread the needle, and Steph Got Even, the barn buddy, weaves to the outside. 3 chances here as they come past the 8th pole. Flying Girl with the lead. Steph Got Even on the outside toward the inside. It's Cindy's Candy. Final 16th of a mile. It's still Flying Girl in front, but Steph got even, charging hard for Jose Bautista. Flying Girl, Steph got even, a final surge. Here's the line, photo finish. Desperately close on the money between Flying Girl inside, Steph got even on the outside.
And this was an agonizing stretch run if you singled or really needed the odds-on favorite, the one Flying Girl, who just refused to let the two Steph got even by, but in the end just lost the bob on the wire as Jose Bautista picked up his second consecutive win, and a nice price at that with this mare by Steven Got Even, who's trained by Alexis Cordero Lopez. Favorites not doing too well as we get on to race number 5, a 2-turn turf mile, 3-and-up filly mare claimers, claiming prices in this one $10,000.
And they're off, and Lil Smarty Pants reared right when they sprung it. She's 5 lengths last. Hazel W begins the best with Storm and Charlotte on the outside second. Wakachula down toward the inside, and Lil Smarty Pants is rushing up. And Lil Smarty Pants will land in front, but she paid a stiff price for the lead as they charge to the first turn. Hazel W is second. Storm and Charlotte now gets a good setup. She's racing third down toward the inside. Up on the outside, it's Ariel's Flyer. She now takes over third. Then Wakachula on the outside. La Pantalones Fancy. Vineyard Nina is at the inside. And Cali Cat is last of all as they're strung out over 10 lengths, chasing Lil Smarty Pants. Lil Smarty Pants enters the backstretch with a 3-length lead over Hazel W, who is clearly second. It's the same 3-length margin to Ariel's Flyer, who's third. Storm and Charlotte is now fourth, followed fifth by La Pantalones Fancy. Now Gaffleon has Wakachula down toward the inside. She's better than 8 lengths off the lead of this top flight runner, and then it's a length and a half to Cali Cat, Vineyard Nina, and Chamafi. Last of all, as they start to tighten in a bit on Lil Smarty Pants and Hazel W as they swing to the far turn. Lil Smarty Pants has the lead. She leads at a length and a half. Hazel W a bit closer second. Ariel's Flyer is third. First to get underway is La Pantalones Fancy. She's picking it up while into the 3-path. She's now into third. Cali Cat unwinds. Storm and Charlotte gets the shuffle. Wakachula asks but not responding, and still trailing is Vineyard Nina, and they're at the top of the stretch. Could Lil Smarty Pants still win after blowing the brake? She's at the 8th pole with a 2-length lead. La Pantalones Fancy charging hard on the outside. Cali Cat and Storm and Charlotte also right there. Late run from Wakachula. It's now La Pantalones Fancy who surges to the lead and leads it by 2. Storm and Charlotte up into second. La Pantalones Fancy will let it. Storm and Charlotte second. Cali Cat third. And Lil Smarty Pants fourth.
And good to see some of the elder statesmen on the program today running well. Not only do we have Bingo Bango Bongo, who was second in the third. Here's an 8-year-old mare by Roar of the Tiger, ridden to victory. In fact, 3 in a row on the program for Jose Bautista. All 3 of his winners paid good prices. And in fact, that Bautista pick 3, paying about $1,200 for a deuce with the 5th race in the books. And when we come back after this short break, it's all about Thursday's late pick 4. Stay with us.
A passion for horses and a commitment to breed champions is the foundation of Hardacre Farm. Founded in 1999 by Amy Tarrant, owner, breeder, and trainer, Hardacre Farm, now based in Ocala, continues its tradition of success. From the Breeders' Cup to Gulfstream Park, Hardacre Farm, from the breeding shed to the racetrack, in pursuit of producing the best.
We have to take care of these horses that, give us so much joy.
Being accredited by the TAA gives us instant credibility.
People trust us even more than they have before because they know that the TAA has been to all of our locations and that our horses are well cared for.
I mean, this farm wouldn't look the way it is, these horses wouldn't look the way they are if it wasn't for the generosity and the hard work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
They've united our whole industry in terms of the aftercare movement.
We're all working together for the same purpose.
Little more than halfway home on the program as we welcome you back for race number 6 here on Thoroughbred Action. 3-and-up claimers set to battle a 2-turn mile on the dirt in the 6th. Claiming prices $8,000. Big favorite. In fact, the shortest priced horse on the card today, Chauvinist from the Rail, was claimed as an odds-on chalk by Luis Luna.
And they're off. From the inside, the favorite Chauvinist wins the break, and he'll establish the lead in the rail in the charge to the first turn from Flying Rocket, who comes away to race in second. Floating out on the turn is Best Concert. He's now third. Down at the inside, that's Over Limit who moves through. Over Limit now lands third behind the leader, Chauvinist. Mid-flight is Tempietto working ahead of second last running Cotton Colors, and Clearly a Demon is last of the 7 as they round that first turn run. It's Chovanes and Jaramillo in front to half a length. Best Concert turning up the pressure second. These two have now gone 3.5 lengths clear of Tempietto, who's clearly third, getting a good run of it. Back to the inside, and Flying Rocket follows along fourth. 3 wide is Clearly a Demon. Cotton Colors is now dropped to last, as Up Over Limit is next as they race to the final half mile. Chovanes extends the lead to 1.25 lengths on the outside, and Best Concert from second at the half-mile pole. These two have now 4 lengths ahead of Tempietto, who's racing in third, and he's 4 lengths ahead of Clearly a Demon fourth. Then back to Over Limit and Cotton Colors, and Flying Rocket plummets to seventh and last of all with 3 furlongs to run. Chovanes lets out a notch, bumps the margin to 3. Second is Best Concert toward the inside, and Tempietto tries to get underway, but at the 5/16, Chovanes still under a hand ride, and he moves now with a 4-length advantage over Tempietto, who will have a stretch opportunity second. Back to third and Best Concert, then the rest of the field led by Clearly a Demon, and they're at the top of the stretch. Up front, Chovanes tries to seal the deal toward the inside. Tempietto making good ground, and down the outside, here's Cotton Colors and Ivano Santana with less than 1/8 of a mile to go. Chovanes trying to finish the job. Tempietto taking a late push on the inside. Here's Tempietto and Chovanes. Chovanes, Tempietto, these two, Tempietto! Tempietto nailed Chovanes right when it mattered in the start of the late pick 4.
And a tough game. No matter your skin in the game, at times it can be a game of inches, and that's the way it shook out today for Victor Barboza Jr. Had 2 heavy odds-on favorites who both ran terrific, but both lost by about the size of your pinky nail as Chovanes dug in, but just couldn't win the bob over the 6. Tempietto, Alvaro Donis, the 7-pound bug, picking up his second win on the day. Dennis Ward winning with another good price. And if you're keeping score with the first 6 down, we've only had 1 winning favorite today as we check out race number 7 now. We're back on the turf with this 3-and-up filly mare, 3 lifetime claimer. The claiming price is $16K across the board.
And they're off. Regan's Odyssey begins well. Moving up on the outside is Doing the Watusi. Splitting horses is Miss World Venezuela. And Miss World Venezuela puts ahead in front as they exit the turf chute. Second now is the favorite Regan's Odyssey. Palango is in tight while racing a joint third. Alongside her is Queen's Quarters. Then back to the outside and racing about 4 wide on that first turn. Doing the Watusi. There goes Bella is just to her inside, but she went a wide on the first turn as well. And Alex's Party lets it all unfold, saving ground at the back of the field behind Miss World Venezuela, who has the lead. Miss World Venezuela and Jorge Ruiz into the backstretch, working with a 1.5 length lead. There goes Bella is up into second. Racing in third is Regan's Odyssey. Palango is fourth. Fifth is Queen's Quarters, racing ahead of Doing the Watusi. And Alex's Party still unhurried at the back of the field, separated by 5 lengths with half a mile to go. Up front, Miss World Venezuela, well rationed on the top end, leads. There goes Bella, 3/4 of a length. Regan's Odyssey needs some place to go from third. 3 wide in Queen's Quarters. Palango's between horses. Alex's Party is out of last, and now trailing is Doing the Watusi. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Miss World Venezuela giving them something to think about. She stretches to a 3-length lead now. Up on the outside, and there goes Bella. Palango's between horses. Queen's Quarters, Alex's Party, Regan's Odyssey all try to get to Miss World Venezuela, who's allowed to corner a bit wide. Miss World Venezuela at the 8th pole with the lead. Palango is coming on down the outside in Queen's Quarters with a late say. Final furlong to go. Miss World Venezuela has the lead. Queen's Quarters is up into second. Palango is third. Miss World Venezuela still there. Up into second, Queen's Quarters. Miss World Venezuela. Queen's Quarters second, Palango third, close fourth, Regan's Odyssey. Photos with Doing the Watusi.
And plenty of money on this 7-2 morning line shot, bet down to 3-1. And Miss World Venezuela just refused to be caught. Thought it might get close in mid-stretch with Palango down inside, but Miss World Venezuela holds safe. Ruben Gracida, another trainer, doing a great job here at Gulfstream West. Jesus Rios up on this 4-year-old filly by Cowtown Cat. So it's 7 down, 2 more to go. The late double when we come back.
I'm Javier Castellano.
I am Joel Rosario.
I'm John Velasquez. For the first time ever, the Clásico del Caribe will be at Gulfstream Park. Entertainment, special events, and the best horses from Latin America and the Caribbean. Right here in South Florida.
Right here in South Florida. It's a thrill, it's a popular, it's an international, the Clásico del Caribe. It's coming to Gulfstream Park.
The Clásico del Caribe is coming to Gulfstream Park on December 9th.
I'll be there. Will you?
Crossing the finish line for the last time can mean an uncertain future for many horses. Recognizing the need for a dignified retirement, the racing industry has made racehorse aftercare a top priority. In partnership with Gulfstream Park and the Florida Horsemen's Association, Florida Track provides retraining and adoption services for retired racehorses. Thanks to their efforts, the end of a racing career can signal the beginning of a new career in show jumping, trail riding, police work, even therapy for children and veterans. However, good intentions do not come without cost. As a nonprofit organization, Florida Track relies on tax-deductible donations and volunteers to help pay for feed, training, housing, and veterinary care. To find out how you can help, contact Florida Track today. Your support will go a long way towards a new beginning.
And we're nearly done here on Thoroughbred Action. Just two more to bring you, so it's down to the late double as we kick things off with our final dirt race on this final segment, a 6.5 furlong Thursday feature, and a good one at that. Very competitive allowance optional claimer for fillies and mares as we send it back up to Pete.
And they're off. From the outside, Gracie Spirit begins nicely. From the center, here's Murray's Girl to come on and take the lead. Murray's Girl now leads the way by a length and a half. Milbra moves through to be a joint second with Fergie-licious splitting horses. She now puts ahead into second. Gracie Spirit, the gray, is on the outside fourth. It's a gap of 2.5 lengths back to Crowning Affair. She's on the inside of Chief Inca. Then Truge, the favorite, is second last and a length and a half better than Doritza, who's last of all as they go to the half-mile pole. Loose up top, Murray's Girl at the half-mile pole with a length and a half to work with over Fergie-licious in second. These two begin to quicken up a bit, opening 3 on Milbra, who's now third. Then to the outside, Chief Inca's trying to get around Gracie Spirit. Truge has got to get going now. She's less than 3 furlongs from home and better than 10 lengths off the lead. Crowning Affairs called it an afternoon, and Doritza will have to pass them all with less than 5/16 to do it as they run to the top of the stretch. There's a 1/4 mile left to go. Murray's Girl comes up to under siege from both Milbra and from between them Fergie-licious. Truge is running on now on the outside as there's 3/16 to go. Murray's Girl set down for the drive by Carlos Montalvo has the lead. Milbra to the attack and a late run from Truge from the inside, and Gracie Spirit on the outside. Milbra takes on Murray's Girl, who digs deep. Far outside, Truge is too late. Coming to the wire, Murray's Girl on the inside to the outside. Milbra, photo finish. They both bobbed at the same time, and it's tough to tell. It's close between Murray's Girl and Milbra.
And yet another upset on the card today. Favorites now 1 for 7 after Milbra got up basically on the shadow of the wire. Beneath jockey Andre Ramgeet, trainer Aubrey Mirage, and this 12-1 inside posted filly by Majestic Warrior wore down the 4, Murray's Girl late. Let's wrap things up as we come up on race number 9. We end things, and by the way, nobody alive for singles in the Rainbow Six. 5/8 on the turf. These are 2-year-old fillies, $16,000 maiden claimers.
And runners away. Mrs. McGillicuddy was off a step slow. Good start for Trap Me Later from the outside, moving up toward the inside. Here's Fast Moment, offensive-minded, and Fast Moment puts ahead in front, worked between horses, and now taking over the lead is Over the Moon for Pink. So Camacho sends Over the Moon for Pink with the lead by a length and a half. Fast Moment is second. Salsa Rita's on the outside with Trap Me Later. Then it's Erotic Kiss, and in amongst rivals ahead of Rahi Momento. Rethink Me just had to tap on the brakes. Mrs. McGillicuddy is trying to get underway with Amaranthus, and the trailer is Chuli to Star. They round the far turn and go to the top of the stretch with the lead. Over the Moon for Pink by a neck. Trap Me Later on the outside second. Fast Moment looking for Racing Room third with 3/16 to go. On the inside, it's still Over the Moon for Pink with a tenuous lead. Trap Me Later is second. Late run down the outside from Erotic Kiss. The favorite's no good, and they're inside the final furlong. It's Over the Moon for Pink for a short lead. Trap Me Later right back at her. Trap Me Later, Over the Moon for Pink. Trap Me Later's in time. Trap Me Later won it from Over the Moon for Pink, then Rethink Me and Erotic Kiss.
And this was a turf course in which early speed was the best weapon you could possibly have today. Speeds basically dominated from the get-go in race number 9. And the 9, Trap Me Later in the 9th for Carlos Montalvo, Robert G. Smith. And this is a 2-year-old Virginia-bred filly by Trap Shot, up narrowly over the number 6, Over the Moon for Pink.
And that'll do it. 9 up, 9 down on this Thursday card. The best news of all, whether you won or lost, and I hope you cashed. We'll do it all again tomorrow. Breeders' Cup Friday, kicking off a little earlier than usual. That first race post time here at GPW, 12:35 p.m. Happy handicapping, and have a great night.
Hit the hay. I've been working all day. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. What do you say? Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Hit the hay. Well, I'm tired. Let me tell you, Jack, I'm so tired.